students, welcome back to your English class. Now today students, we will continue with the explanation of Unit 5, a different kind of school. Now, before going into the explanation, we will just have a recap where in the previous video I had explained to you how our author went to a different kind of school and he met with a girl who was merely looking as if she is blind, but she was enacting to be blind. In that same manner, he comes to know that students in that school, they act to be blind, deaf, dumb, etc. Now, we will move with our explanation of the chapter. Now, Miss Beam led me to one of the bandaged girls. Now, Miss Beam led me to one of the bandaged girls. Okay, here's a gentleman come to talk to you. So, here's a gentleman who has come to interact with you, said Miss Beam and left us. She went away. Don't you ever peep? I asked the girl. So, the author inquired that the girl, didn't she ever peep? Now, what was the girl's response? Oh no, she exclaimed. That would be cheating. Now, she knew that it was not right to peep. So, she said that that would be cheating. But I had no idea it was so awful to be blind. But the girl said that she didn't have the idea that it is very much difficult, it is very much bad and dreadful to be blind. Awful means bad or dreadful. You can't see a thing. You feel you are going to be hit by something every moment. First problem is that you can't see anything and you have this fear in your mind that you will hit with something. It's such a relief just to sit down because there is no movement. So, you will be safe. Are your helpers kind to you? I asked. So, the author inquired the helpers who were appointed to help these blind students, that are they really helpful and kind? Fairly. That is, the girl answered, fairly. They are. But they are not as careful as I shall be when it is my turn. Why? Because she has already understood that it is very much difficult to enact as being blind. So obviously, when some other person is acting as blind, she knows what are the difficulties and she will easily help that person. Now, it's perfectly ghastly not to see. I wish you did try. What is the meaning of ghastly? It is horrifying. Okay. Now, shall I lead you anywhere? I asked. Now, the author asked her that will he help her and lead her anywhere? The girl said, yes. Let's go for a little walk. So, the girl wanted to go for a small walk. Only you must tell me about things. So, what was happening around? The girl wanted the author to just that he will tell her what is happening around. I shall be so glad when today is over. She said that she would be very much happy and elated that after the day is over, because the blind day or enacting as blind will be over. Because according to her, this is very much difficult. The other bad days can't be half as bad as this. So the other bad days are difficult, but not half as this. Having a leg tied up and hopping about on a crutch is almost fun. So they think that hopping around with the help of a crutch, acting as lame, is just a mere play. Having an arm tied up is a bit more troublesome. So, having an arm tied up at the back is a bit troublesome because you have to do your work with the help of your arms. Because you can't eat without help and things like that. I don't think I'll mind being deaf for a day, at least not much. Why? Because we can act of being deaf for one day. But being blind is so frightening. That is scary. Being blind is very much scary. My head aches all the time just from worrying that I'll get hurt. So her head aches, that is, it pains with the thought that she will get hurt, that is, injured. Where are we now? Now she is inquiring, where are they? In the playground, I said. We are walking towards the house. Miss Beam is walking up and down the garden with a tall girl. Now the author said that Miss Beam was there in the garden walking up and down with a tall girl. What is the girl wearing? My little friend asked. Now the girl inquired, that is the girl who was acting as blind. She inquired, what is the girl wearing who is walking with Miss Beam? A blue cotton skirt and a pink blouse. I think it's Millie. Now she recognized that it was Millie by the dress. She said, what color is her hair? Now she is inquiring what is the color of the girl's hair who is walking with Miss Beam. Very light, I said. Yes, that's Millie. She is the head girl. Now she is sure that the girl who is walking with Miss Beam is Millie, who is the head girl of the school. There is an old man tying up roses, I said. Yes, that's Peter. He is the gardener. Now the girl is aware who does what, and accordingly she is recognizing the people. He is hundreds of years old. And here comes a girl with curly red hair. She is on crutches. Now, a girl was coming with curly red hair and she was on crutches. That's Anita, she said. Now she recognized the girl to be Anita. And so we walked on. And so in this manner, the author and the girl who was acting as blind, they were walking down. Gradually I discovered, that is, I perceived that I was 10 times more thoughtful. That is, I had become 10 times more thoughtful. Now the author here is saying that he has all of a sudden become more thoughtful than he could be before. So I was 10 times more thoughtful than I ever thought I could be. I also realized that if I had to describe people and things to someone else, it made them more interesting. Now, he discovered one important thing, that if we are describing something or some person to a different person, then it makes it all the more interesting. When I finally had to leave, I told Miss Beam that I was very sorry to go. That means he didn't want to go because he liked the place. Ah, she replied, then there is something in my system after all. Now, Miss Beam, she said, oh, so you don't want to go? Then perhaps there is something in my system. Okay. So, this was the complete explanation of the chapter, A Different Kind of School. Now, go through this chapter, children, and through the videos so that you can understand the chapter. I will again meet you in the next class. Till then, goodbye everyone. Stay at home and be safe. Thank you everybody.